everyone, welcome back to another episode of our podcast. I'm Emma.
And I'm Leo. Today, we've got a really important and interesting topic for you. How social media affects the way we see ourselves.
It's something we all experience, right? Like scrolling through Instagram or TikTok and suddenly comparing ourselves to others.
Absolutely. And it's not all bad. We'll talk about both the positives and the challenges, and how to keep a healthy balance.
So let's start with the good side. Social media can actually help people feel more connected, especially if they're part of a community.
Right? Like people who follow fitness influencers. They might feel motivated to live healthier lives.
Or people who struggle with body image can find support from others who've had similar experiences. That kind of representation matters.
Totally agree. I've seen some great creators who are super honest about their mental health or appearance. It's refreshing, you know?
Yeah, and sometimes just seeing someone who looks like you being confident can be really powerful.
Exactly. That's why social media, when used right, can build confidence, not destroy it.
Okay, now let's talk about the not-so-great side of social media. I think a big issue is comparison.
Yeah. People often compare their real life to someone else's highlight reel. That can be really damaging.
Exactly. You see perfect bodies, luxury lifestyles, flawless skin, and it's hard not to feel insecure.
Especially for young people. Some start to believe their worth is based on likes or followers.
Totally. It becomes this constant pressure to look good or be popular online.
And don't forget the filters. People start thinking they have to look filtered in real life too.
So the big question is, how do we find a balance? How do we use social media without letting it control how we see ourselves?
One thing that really helps is following people who make you feel good, not people who make you feel less than.
Yes, curate your feed like you're choosing your friends. Pick people who are real, honest, and inspiring.
Also, take breaks. Even just one day off social media can help clear your head.
That's so true. I try to turn off my phone after 9 p.m. It helps me sleep better and feel less anxious.
Yeah, and one last thing, remember that what you see online is just part of the story. Everyone has struggles, even if they don't post about them.
So to wrap things up, social media isn't all good or all bad. It depends on how we use it.
That's right. It can connect us, inspire us, and give us a voice. But it can also make us doubt ourselves if we're not careful.
The key is awareness. Be aware of how it makes you feel. And don't be afraid to take a step back when you need to.
Remember, your worth isn't measured in likes or followers. You're already enough, just as you are.
So Leo, now that we've talked about self-image and social media, let's go a bit deeper. Have you ever felt overwhelmed by just being online too much?
Oh, definitely. Sometimes I open my phone just to check one thing, and next thing I know, 2 hours are gone.
Same. That endless scrolling. It's like our brains are trapped in a loop.
That's digital overload. And a big part of it is the algorithms always showing you more of what grabs your attention.
Yeah, it's not just random. The apps are literally designed to keep us hooked.
That's why we sometimes feel anxious or exhausted after being online. Our minds are overstimulated by too much information.
And we think we're relaxing, but really our brains are working overtime, comparing, processing, reacting nonstop.
So true. I recently read that even just switching apps over and over makes it harder for our brain to focus later.
That's wild. It's like we're losing our ability to just be bored or still.
Yep. And that's why digital detox is becoming more and more important.
So Leo, have you ever tried doing a digital detox, like actually stepping away from all social media?
I have. Actually, a few months ago, I deleted all the apps from my phone for a week. It was weird at first.
I bet. Our fingers go searching for the apps out of habit.
Exactly. I kept unlocking my phone, staring at the empty screen. It felt like something was missing.
But after a while, did you feel any changes?
Yes, I started reading again, like actual books. I felt calmer. I even slept better.
That's amazing. I tried it too once, just 48 hours without Instagram. I didn't realize how often I checked it until I stopped.
Right? And then suddenly, you notice more of the real world, the people, the silence, your own thoughts.
Digital detox isn't about quitting forever. It's about resetting your brain and your habits.
Exactly. It gives you space to figure out how you want to use social media, your terms, not theirs.
So now that we've talked about detoxing, Let's go a little deeper. How do we build self-worth that doesn't rely on likes and shares?
Great question. I think it starts with knowing yourself outside the screen. Like, who are you when no one's watching?
Exactly. One thing that helped me a lot was writing down what I value in myself, not what others see, but what I feel proud of.
That's powerful. I do something similar every Sunday. I write 3 things I did well that week, no matter how small.
That builds internal confidence, not the kind based on filters or applause.
Yup. And also doing things offline helps. Learning something, helping someone, creating something.
Yes, like cooking, painting, going for a walk without your phone.
When you're not being watched, you're more free to be real. And that builds the kind of self-worth no algorithm can touch.
Okay, Leo, let's get super practical. What are some tools or habits that help you stay balanced in the digital world?
Definitely, the first thing is turning off non-essential notifications. That changed my life.
Yes, I only keep calls and messages on. Everything else can wait.
Another thing, setting time limits. I use the screen time feature on my phone to limit Instagram to 30 minutes a day.
That's smart. I also use an app blocker, especially during work hours.
And I schedule phone-free time, like no screen mornings or a walk after lunch without my phone.
Oh, I do digital Sundays. One day a week where I avoid screens completely unless it's for music or calls.
That's awesome. And journaling helps too, writing down how social media makes you feel.
I love that. Awareness is step 1. Then comes intention, how we want to use our tech instead of being used by it. So, Leo, after everything we've talked about from digital overload to self-worth, I think the biggest reminder is this: you are more than a screen.
Absolutely. Your life isn't measured in views or likes. It's in the moments when you laugh, connect, grow, and rest.
And your self-worth? It's not something the internet gives you. It's something you build day by day by showing up for yourself.
We all need reminders sometimes to log off, to breathe, to look in the mirror and say, I'm okay as I am.
If you're listening right now, we want to thank you for caring about your mental health, for taking time to reflect.
And remember, you're not alone. We're all trying, learning, and growing together.
Thanks so much for joining us today. We hope this chat helped you reflect on your own social media habits.
And if you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe and share it with someone who might need to hear this.
Before we go, let's quickly review some of the useful vocabulary we talked about today.
These are words and phrases that can help you talk about digital habits and self-image in English.
Digital overload. Digital overload.
When your brain feels tired or overwhelmed because of too much screen time or online activity.
Self-worth. Self-worth.
How valuable and good you believe you are as a person.
Unplug. Unplug.
To take a break from using digital devices or the internet.
Algorithm. Algorithm.
A system that shows you content based on your behavior online.
Comparison trap. Comparison trap.
The bad habit of always comparing yourself to others, especially on social media.
Curate your feed. Curate your feed.
To choose who and what you follow online, to control what you see.
Asterisk, try to use at least one of these words in a sentence today. Practice makes progress.
And remember, your words are powerful, just like your thoughts. Thanks for staying with us.